We're at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention held this year in Dallas, Texas. And Gavriel Sanders, you've been to this show in two incarnations of your spiritual journey.
That's true.
Yeah. How the first way?
Well, the first I was there as a Bible-believing, charismatic evangelical Christian. And I'm here under the yarmulke of an Orthodox Jew. So that's a pretty significant difference.
So with what you know about evangelizing, there's so much interest here in Israel as a country, and support for whether it's political support or financial support for Israeli charities, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. So people are supportive, but are there strings attached?
What would you define as a string?
Quid pro quo, some expectation of what Christians individually or collectively can gain in Israel?
Now, I don't see it as quid pro quo, but there is an indirect agenda going on here. See, the question isn't so much evangelical support for Israel. The question in my mind is evangelical support for indigenous ministries, Israeli believers, let's call them, Messianic believers in Israel, who now do the proxy work of evangelizing. How do I know that? Because when I was on the other side, I supported that. I actually introduced my pastor, his name was Dr. Jack Hayford, very well known in the day from Los Angeles, to support various believers in the land to do the work of reaching Jews in the land. So, as an evangelical, I had plausible deniability. No, I don't missionize. But we did support those in the land that did. I think a good example is One for Israel. They're here in a big way. And One for Israel takes in $4 million a year. To do what? To produce evangelizing, missionizing, messianic content in Hebrew on the internet to reach kids, which is a problem in Israel, minors, that's a problem, and others. And so they're very good at their marketing, and that brings in the money. So the Assemblies of God or the Southern Baptists or whoever you want to talk about can say, no, we don't missionize Jews, but they do support those who do. And so I'm saying that by proxy that's happening. So for me that's the problem. The problem isn't evangelical support for Israel, the problem is evangelical support for those who missionize in Israel. And that is a red line to me.
Who are they missionizing?
Oh, in kibbutzim, the army, on the streets, on the beaches, whoever they can, just like they would here. It's no different.
But when they say spread the gospel, in general, much of this industry is about what they call spreading the gospel. What is that?
Okay, so first of all, you have to define your terms. And I try to make it clear that the term evangelical and missionize and spreading the gospel and missionary, these are synonymous terms. Okay? So you can't be an evangelical and not evangelize. Evangelize means share the good news. Sharing the good news is JC came 2,000 years ago to die on the cross for your sins, was buried, rose on the third day, and he's supposed to be coming back. Okay? That's the essence of the gospel. So if a person believes in that, then their sins are forgiven and they're going to heaven. All right? So the Jews are viewed as those who missed the boat. All right? And that really the apocalyptic or the eschatological scenario can't really be fulfilled until a large number of Jewish people come to believe in JC as their Messiah. So it was reformulated, repackaged, given an upgrade, a makeover some years ago, starting with a conference in Lausanne, Switzerland, and again in Thailand in the 70s. And the Messianic movement took off very widely. So we now see basically Christianity in Jewish garb, or as somebody said, Christianity in drag. And it's sad, but on the other hand, I think that there's a purpose to it. And the purpose to it is for Christians are finding out more and more about their own Jewish roots. And I'm involved with organizations who are helping a lot of Christians come out of the church. And for people who either become, some people choose to go the path that I did in terms of embracing Torah observance and becoming an Orthodox Jew. And others choose to become what we call B'nai Noach, the sons or children of Noach, and observe the 7 Noachide laws that are mentioned in Jewish literature.